Hello, I'm Michael Williams, and today I will be doing a podcast on a certain topic that really touches me. Um, Basically, there's been a lot of things through my life. I've seen a lot, and I've learned a lot within the stuff that I've seen. And a lot of questions pop to my mind. Why would I do this? What drives me? What makes me motivated to do the job that I do every day? And what makes me go back to it? Why do I love it so much? And, you know, music has been my life. I can't I can't remember a time that I didn't at least listen to it. I am not a huge fan of the creative side at this point. I do like the creative side, and any businessman going into music business and says that they do not like the creative side, I feel is a liar, because what enticed you to do music business? You had to be somewhat into the creative side to start it. Uh, it's just a personal belief of mine, and that brings me right into the topic. Values drive commitment. If you do not value something, if you do not have any values, I feel you will get nowhere in life. There's something that you have to have that drives you, that you feel no matter what somebody did, no matter how bad you wanted to do something to make money or whatever motivated you to do whatever decision you chose, I still feel that somebody has a value. Somebody still values something. Somebody still has a belief in something, and that will outweigh whatever they feel is important at that time, like money or whatever. I personally, I feel that the music industry has lost its way. I feel that the film industry has lost its way because they only value one thing. They value the cash, the dollar amount that you can bring into the company. The dollar. And unfortunately, that's not everything. I don't care what any investor says. They can say, oh, well, it only matters, what's on paper and how much money you're bringing in. That's what matters to them. What matters to me is having the commitment and the drive to make the best music, make the best content out on the market that you can. Because if you do not value something, you do not have values within something, you do not have anything. And that's my personal belief. Some may disagree, but I've seen a lot in my life. I've been through things that I would rather not talk about. I've also been through things that have just, it would crush a normal person. Seeing a drive-by. I saw a drive-by 2 houses down from me. And it was weird. It was a weird experience. And I feel that personal experience, although it did not affect me, it did not personally have any influence upon me other than seeing that and viewing that, and even right now it kind of makes me feel weird because I did see that, and it's like, what did he do to deserve that? And I personally feel that all comes back to values. What did he value? At the point that he messed up and that person had that inkling to go upon a bad decision on his part, and a bad decision on anybody's part who would do that, but to go upon that decision, what was his motive? Why did he do that? And it could have been the person was wrong. The person that got shot at was wrong, and they did something wrong. And that's how I feel, and that's how it touches me personally, because you never know what that person did. You never know why that person was shooting, and it's just society deems that as a wrong thing, and I agree. You should never shoot at another person, no matter what they did. But if they attacked my family, My values say, that's wrong. You do not go after my family. If I made a family, if I had kids and I had a wife, they are the most important people in my world. And I would lose everything that I have. This flag behind me that, represents that I am Irish. It's still my nationality. Doesn't mean anything if you're going after my family. I value my family way too much. They mean too much to me for somebody else to come in and destroy that relationship that I have with them. So you don't know what that person did. Now, I'm not going to pass judgment on to anybody because you never judge a book by its cover. You don't know what they went through. And I've seen a lot in my life. Though some people look at me and go, oh, well, you're young, you haven't seen enough. Just because I look young, just because I act young sometimes, doesn't mean that I haven't seen some bad things in my life. And I keep them closed. I keep them trapped away, and that's just that's how I believe, and that's how I feel. Now, as a listener, I don't know what you want to take from this, but personally, I think that you should take that don't judge a book by its cover. Always, always learn. Always learn. Because knowledge that I've learned over my life has been a great deal in who the person that I become. If I never took the time to get to know people, I never took the time to build upon the knowledge within my brain and the knowledge within my heart, I wouldn't be the same person that I am today. I've these are deep topics, and I don't talk about them with a lot of people. But if somebody were to turn to me and be like, "Hey, who are you?" and that's what they talk about in that chapter of values, drive, commitment. Who are you? And that's a very personal question. That hits you deep because it's like, who am I? You think about that question as you're being asked it. And you want to talk about your hobbies and your interests and what you do on a daily basis and your family and hey, I have 3 kids and a wife and all that, but there's more to that than that. What do you value? Do you believe in trust, or do you believe in you have to do it yourself if you want something done right? And before Full Sail, I believed in if you want something done right, you need to do it yourself. But after Full Sail, I've learned that you need to trust. You need to have trust within somebody. And now that's another topic that in the book that I feel strongly about. But I didn't talk about it because you know what? I think values and trust, hand in hand. They are like 2 peas in a pod, and your values depict how you trust somebody. If you believe and you value that person, you're going to trust them. You're going to believe that they're going to be able to take care of what they need to take care of, and that's the end of it. But as a listener, I feel you should take that you need to care for somebody. You need to have trust within somebody because and your values need to outweigh money. Your values need to outweigh what you're thinking about at that time, because at that time your vision is clouded. Back when the scandal was going on with copyright infringement and piracy, they were going after these 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, and it's like, I understand you want to make your money, but where's the value? You don't care about this 14-year-old girl who can't afford a $2 million lawsuit, but you're going to go after her anyway because you want the money. Well, you forgot about your values a long time ago. I will tell you that, sir. And if I could see those people today, I would let them know. And those are just, personal decisions. I personally feel deep about this topic, and it touches me. And that's just, how I've always been. And that built me up to the place that I am now. I've come to grow and learn that education is a huge value because you can't go anywhere without at least learning a little bit. You need to have knowledge within the business that you're going into, and you need to have knowledge within the entity that you're starting. And if you don't have that knowledge, nobody trusts you. Nobody wants you to work for them. Nobody's going to give you money to invest in you. So that's definitely huge. And, I had to follow a lot of steps between knowledge and personal growth. And I wanted to come to Full Sail 4 years ago, and it wasn't going to happen because I personally did not grow enough. I did not see enough in my life. I needed those 4 years, those 5 years to see more, to understand more, and to grasp more. And that prepared me personally to come to Full Sail and professionally to come to Full Sail. So, there's a lot that you can see that maybe you don't see as meaningful, but it helps you grow and it helps you be more professional and see things a little bit better and a little bit clearer, and know how to teach people, because your personal life teaches you a lot about how your professional life could go, and that's how I believe. And my mom is a huge person who helped me along this way. If it wasn't for her, I don't know where I would be. I really don't. And you got to value somebody. You got to trust somebody. And my mother is the person that I really trust right now, because she would be there for me till the day she died, the day I died. And I told my mom a lot of things. And after I told her, I made a promise to myself that I value her enough that no matter what, I'm going to achieve my goal and get to where I need to get to, because I love her. And, it just should be important to you, because you're hearing from somebody else some bad things that happened in their life. And if you think this world is happy-go-lucky, you're wrong. Because there's certain things that people don't value, and money changes people, and they lose sight along the way of why they got into this, why they started, what made them have the decision to start whatever they started. And once they get big, they forget that. And that's everybody. And it's sad. It's sad, and it kills me at heart, and it hurts me, because I don't want to ever become that. I want to go in with the same values that I think now, to this day, making this podcast right now, what I'm talking about. I don't ever want to lose value in that. And, I've learned a lot of lessons in my life, and they've made me a better person. So I feel, through my lessons, you can learn a lesson. Just don't make mistakes. Because mistakes are going to be made, I understand that. But don't make mistakes that are going to affect your life. Because at the end of the day, everything's all great. And, everything's all happy-go-lucky. But, that's just in your head. I've learned a lot of things in my life. And a lot of things about who I am. A lot of things about what this world is. And it's made me have a different outlook on life and how things go. And personally, I just want to make the world a better place. I don't want this world to be worse. Why would I want to see it worse? I've seen the worst of the worst. And it hurts. So take what I've said, learn from what I've said, and remember, value something. Because if you don't value nothing, there's really no point to pursuing getting a lot of money or making fame, because it doesn't mean anything if you have no values. You're just, you got to learn from your mistakes. And just remember, Martin Luther King Jr. said, I always remember it. I have it on my screen. My phone is my screensaver, and it's the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and confidence, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. And I live by that. And it really is true. So learn from that lesson. Take what people say and learn from people's mistakes, and value something, have a value. Because if you don't know where your value is, you don't know the meaning of why you're there. And everybody wants to know where they fit in and where their place is. So value something and hold on to that. Never forget it, because people lose sight along the way. Thank you. This is my podcast. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Remember, always have a value.